Is it working? Okay. Oh, hey, voiceover Ray here. So, normally I would leave this video only to my Patreons, or my patrons, but I got some bad news today from YouTube. So, apparently, what they're doing now is that small channels, like my second one, if you don't meet the 400-hour threshold, view minutes or whatever, then you can't have your channel monetized. And also, if you're a smaller channel, you're going to lose the ability to create thumbnails, which is a major thing. And it just really sucks that YouTube's going into that direction. So anyway, in the next month, I have 1 month to get the 400 hours in. Or at least try to anyway, because I would like to make, the few dollars that I do from my channel, my second channel. And yeah, so that's why I'm not just uploading this to Patreon, but also to my second channel. So if you're here, hey, what's up? How's it going? But anyway, enough of the depressing thing that is YouTube, and a little bit more about what we are creating today. Today we're going to be kicking it old school, and we're going to be doing a speed drawing. Yes, a speed drawing. Like, I haven't done one of these in over a year, and I kind of miss doing them, So today I'm going to be drawing the classic, the famous, the tragic Marilyn Monroe. And just so it's not just like me drawing, I want to talk throughout this whole entire thing. Just kind of like talk about, whatever's going on through my mind. But the very first thing as to why I'm drawing Marilyn Monroe is that a month ago, my stepsister was like, hey, will you please draw me Marilyn Monroe for Christmas? That's what I want. It is currently January 16th as I'm doing this. And so, at least I got it done. At least I got it done, okay? If you're an artist, you can probably relate to that, how, everybody in your family goes to you for any small, artistic thing. I know my mom does this all the time. Anytime any of her coworkers are having any kind of a baby shower, or, literally anything that requires any kind of artistic, skill, my mom's like, hey, will you do this for them for free? And now that I'm, a professional artist, it's, it ain't that simple anymore, But I digress. I'm not salty about it, I try when I can to get through stuff because now as I progress, and I'm sure if you're a young artist, you might not relate to this yet, or if you're an advanced artist, you might. And that is, as I progress and learn more and more and more about art, the longer everything takes me. I used to be able to do portraits in 30 minutes, then an hour. Now I can do portraits for about 6 hours just working on the details, the hair, the eyebrows, the pores, everything you can imagine. Now this drawing that I did, it took me about 2.5 hours, and the last 30 minutes of it was just me messing with it, because that feeling when you take a picture or when you look at your drawing, it looks so good. In person you're like, this is great, but once you take a picture, you're like, dear God, how did I create that abomination? And then, of course, on Instagram, I had to, crop out this Pop-Tart that I was eating during this video, and it was a mess. The whole thing was a mess. But eventually, you guys will see in the end, it turned out pretty alright for what I was trying to do. Now, I've tried to draw Marilyn Monroe, I think 3 or 4 different times in my life, and each time, I don't know, her face is really hard to draw. It's so delicate. There's nothing super heavy about it, no deep cheekbones. Her eyes are so big. I don't know, there's nothing, the shadows are very hard to put on her face. So I'm sure you guys all know at this point that this kind of a video is more or less just a talking video, kind of chill, kind of me just rambling, whatever, at 3 in the morning alone in my room. But yeah, I kind of want to do more videos like this. I did a podcast recently, and that was fun, but I feel like these are more entertaining because, you guys can just sit back and listen to me and see what's going on. And I actually have a little story that I want to tell you guys about some drama that's been going on. Well, it actually was very uneventful, but let me tell you guys, Ray's about to pop off, okay? So I have this friend, Mike Brown, who is an incredible illustrator. When I first saw his work, I was in disbelief of how well. It looks like he made it on a computer, but he made it with his hands. Literally the Copic God. Now, I get on Instagram, and he had posted on his story, Mike did, that somebody had stolen his artwork, put it up on their own page, And Mike is a nice dude, you know. When my brother passed away, he was one of the only people to give me this like long, encouraging paragraph that was very respectful. So I have a lot of respect for the dude, you know. Anyway, so he had messaged the page that had took him his art. It was like Graffiti World or something, I don't know. And the dude, he was so kind. Mike is a nice dude, so he was like, hey, you know, I see you're almost at 10,000 followers, you know, good job. I appreciate the love that you have for my art, but will you please tag me and credit me on my own artwork? And so the dude, in response, is like, yeah, only if you tag me in all of your artwork, which, you know, why would Mike do that? Like, why would Mike tag this random guy who, one, just stole his artwork, not just his, like literally hundreds of other people's artwork? Why would he do that? You know? And so Mike is like very kind, of course, and he's like, I don't think you know how this works. You know, if you want to use my artwork, please tag me. And in response to that, Graffiti World just says, fuck off. And so when I read that, my blood boiled, because I firsthand know how hard we as artists work over years and years, not making absolutely zero money, just trying to get our name out there. And for somebody to steal our artwork and then spit in our face like that, like, I took it personally, because, and again, like I said, he's a nice dude. So I got mad. And I posted, luckily I have a pretty big following on Instagram, so I had posted the story on my Instagram, like on my story or whatever, to let my followers know, like, hey guys, this is going on in our community. Can you please report this guy? And then I posted the messages, and it got ugly, which I didn't expect it to get ugly. And once that I saw it got ugly, I deleted the post. But at the same time, and then eventually, after, you know, a few hours, I think it was like maybe 10 hours of my followers, you know, seeing that post that I had posted, the guy apologized. Well, first he was talking some mad crap about me, you know, swearing about me, swearing about Mike, you know, and then eventually he got enough messages and reports and stuff that he apologized, which I personally only think he was sorry he got caught. But yeah, that was probably the first, I guess, drama that I've ever been involved in. But anyway, back to the artwork. Yeah, I just decided that I wanted to add a little artistic texture to this drawing, so I ended up just doing like a nice flat wash on the background, which I ended up not recording, which was stupid of me to do, and I ended up trimming it down, and I think it came out pretty good, and this is what I posted on Instagram. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this this new kind of video that I'm going to start doing more often here. Let me know what kind of stuff you would like to see out of these kinds of videos. And yeah, thanks for everything and watching. I really appreciate it if you made it this long. That's 8 extra minutes of the 400 hours. So yeah, I really appreciate that. And yeah, with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you next video. Bye!